Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. I'm Jay Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Millis.
Home court advantage is dead.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey,
Yo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello, podcast listeners. On today's hopeful classic, we're going to recap Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Whole lot to talk about. Things suddenly interesting. And later, we're going to talk new jerseys and contract extensions and courtside chairs in the up-down report. But first, big news last night. We had our first wedgie of the postseason. Yeah, we did. Happened in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It wasn't pretty, but who cares? Cat sticks it right near the end of the first half while getting fouled by De'Aaron Fox. That was the confusion at first. It was like, whoa, was this on the ground? And then they were in the bonus. No, they called it a shooting foul on Fox. They gave Cat the shots there. So we got it. We'll take it. I mean, again, the replay, you could barely even see the ball because of the weird glare. But it stuck. So there we go. Number 74, a record-breaking year. We had one more at least.
I was checking Basketball Reference to see if any player has worn the jersey 74. Nobody has. Why shouldn't we have it on our backs with a wedgie across the top?
Because we're getting one more.
Well, no players wearing 75 either, so we're good.
Good. We'll get that jersey when we know if it's 74 or 75.
76? Yeah, somebody's worn it.
That's right.
Don't go too high.
Baby. All right, let's break it down. The San Antonio Spurs earned their first win of the NBA Finals last night, claiming the 115-111 victory over the Knicks in Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. The road team has won all 3 games in this series. You said it. Home court is dead. Long live home court. Victor Wembanyama led the Spurs with 32 points, while Stephon Castle had 23. Those were your leaders here, TK. We were saying they got to be aggressive from the jump, and holy hell, both those guys, right from the get-go, setting the tone for the Spurs in what was another entertaining game.
Awesome game. We'll definitely get into the guard talk. I thought all 3 of their big guards, Castle, Harper, and Fox, had moments in this game when they were super important. But coming into this series, I said Wemby's got to be the best player on the court 4 times for the Spurs to win. That was the first time last night. We got the full Wemby experience. 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Went 11 for 18 from the field, 8 for 9 at the free throw line. First 2 baskets were dunks. An alley-oop, a nice little duck in as well on the night of his 11 made shots. 8 of them were dunks or layups. 4 of them were alley-oops. Yeah. We saw basically 0 alley-oops through the first couple of games of the finals. I thought he did a great job of establishing himself inside. You saw in the first quarter, he was passing up threes to drive to the rim and finish at the rim. I thought the Spurs did a great job of almost always a double drag screen at the top to create some sort of confusion of who's going to be rolling. Is Wemby going to be popping? Or more often than not, he was rolling. You also see the perimeter guys, while they're doing this screen and roll up top, they're exchanging places or they're setting screens for each other, just occupying the help. So the Knicks tags weren't there like they have been in the first couple of games. This was the first time that Wemby felt comfortable inside. He was inside all night, and it was the first time in the series that the Knicks defense, I thought, looked leaky. The Spurs were getting shots they wanted. They didn't shoot great from 3. They can play better on the offensive end as well, but it looked like the Spurs knew how they wanted to attack offensively. A huge part of that was getting Wemby going inside, and he was a consistent presence at the rim for the entire night. That's why the Spurs won.
Totally. Yeah, he was just literally standing by the rim a lot of the time. Those double screens, as you said, it wasn't made for Wemby to receive the pass on the pick and roll. It was to create that confusion up top, Wemby to drag, get to the rim. Hey, I'm right here to get your first alley-oop a minute 18 into the game, while their only alley-oop in Game 2 was 2 minutes and 30 left in the game. Yeah. Big difference. And as you said, Trey, I mean, he established himself. I mean, just the amount of shots he had in this game. In the first half of Game 2, he had 3. In this one, he had 6. In the second half, in the first quarter, it was 3 to 6 from Game 2 to Game 3. In the first half, it was from 4 to 10. And the Knicks were leaky. They just sagged back a little bit. You look at all the makes in the first quarter, whether it's Wemby or not. They were just sagging off of those 3-point shooters. Stephon Castle able to step into his three because Cat was just dragging on Wemby a little too much. Julian Champagnie open three because Brunson faded on Wemby a little too much. Vassell hit 2 open threes. That crazy one where Josh Hart made a basket and Wemby was going out to contest, and then he just ran up the floor. Cat was on the other side of the floor. He got the ball at the 3-point line, and OG kind of came over. They didn't know who was guarding Victor Wembanyama, and then that's when Wemby drove. So bad Knicks D to start this game, I thought. An incredible D for Victor Wembanyama when it come down to it. That thing that stood out for me in game 2 was the Knicks passing the ball, and then with 4 minutes left in this game, we got 5 passes from the Knicks with 0 dribbles. And that's when Shamet got in. Could he score like they did in second quarter of game 2 with all those passes? Nah, Wemby was there to erase that thing.
That was an incredible defensive possession from the Spurs. Guys scrambling and closing out all over the floor. Literally the entirety of the floor, ending with the Wemby block. But yeah, just to go back to the start of this game. Well, he had 9 points in the first quarter. Wemby did 4 dunks / layups and a block through the first 5 minutes. And then every Batman needs a Robin, and Castle was awesome to start this game. He started 3 for 3 from the field. One of them, like you said, Tass, that 3 that he stepped into with confidence there. That was before the first time out. He was perfect. So those 2 guys, they led the way. And then, Fox hit the huge shot down the stretch. Now, so did Castle. He had that bailout 3.
Yes, it was.
I'm jumping right to the end now.
Big
bailout 3 where nothing was happening on that Spurs possession. In a game where you're like, how are the Knicks... They have a chance to win this game? Like, what is going on here? Brunson hit the 3. OG hit the 3. It was like crazy that they were even in it. But Castle nailed the 3. And then Fox on that final play to ice it. Hell of an attack on OG, too. Cat challenging from behind and knocked down the jumper. Like you said, TK, those guards, Castle, Harper at moments, and then Fox at the end coming through.
Yeah, I made a note early in the third quarter. This game is going to come down to a Fox jumper. Like, you could just feel it. He was involved in so many, big possessions. The Knicks would go on, a 6-0 run, and somehow it would end in Fox getting into the mid-range or something like that, getting to the rim a couple of times. He just could not shoot. I didn't have a lot of confidence he was going to make that jumper with 12 seconds left, but we saw him miss it in game 1, and he made the exact same shot in game 3 last night. I thought Castle was just downhill the entire night. The Knicks just didn't really have an answer for him. Bridges had a weird game. He had foul trouble early on, never caught a rhythm offensively, and he was just on the back foot, it looked like, a lot of the time against Castle. Hit that crazy grenade 3-pointer. A real lifeline for the Spurs because they were looking pretty clunky offensively, I thought, in the clutch run there, and then to step to the line and make both of the free throws, I thought was pretty impressive. Those are the biggest free throws he's ever taken. Had to have both of them with the way that the Knicks were finally making threes in the last couple of minutes. That was big time. Harper, an up and down game. 13 points, 9 boards. I thought the rebounding was probably the best thing he brought on the night, but also 0 turnovers. It means you can play him over Champagnie in the fourth quarter, which is what they did. Just gets you more ball handling on the court. 1 for 8 though from 3.
Yeah.
Didn't hit a catch and shoot 3, hit 1 off the dribble, and he missed 2 wide open ones down the stretch as well. A lot of the time he's grabbing these rebounds and he's trying to go full court, coast to coast. That's almost a turnover because it was going back the other way for the Knicks. But I was liking seeing him out there. I like seeing Wemby going for 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. This was the series, this fourth quarter, and everybody came through. Enough, I thought, for the Spurs.
Yeah, nobody goes down 3-0 in an NBA 7-game series and survives. Nobody. And so they understood the assignment from the jump and then down the stretch. They knew this was the series. They knew this was their season, their chances at a title. And they played accordingly for the most part, especially in the second half with the defense. I like that one play where it was Castle and Fox blocking the 2 stars on the Knicks in Brunson and Cat, up and around the hoop, just hustle. This was late in the game when everybody is
2:30 left.
Absolutely gassed. Yeah. Now I think the Knicks actually incredibly scored off the inbounds play. I mean, Brunson hit a jumper, but still the effort there, not just Wemby blocking shots or challenging these guys. It was awesome. I mean, again, as if you don't have a dog in this race and you're just an NBA fan, this is sort of the result you wanted. Now we do have an interesting game 4 here, and suddenly the series is it's not over, because it would have been if the Knicks came through. And I love after 3 games, this could very easily be 3-0 Knicks, could very easily be 3-0 Spurs. So it sort of feels in a weird way right that it's 2-1. You know what I mean? It's sort of the closest it can be after 3. So it's sort of good.
Yeah, the Spurs, though, even though they could be up 3-0, played their best game in that they moved the ball a lot more. I was wondering were we going to see Wemby from the elbow and dominating from that end, but really it was just more moving the ball and having some screens up top. Instead of getting beat by 50 passes like they did in game 2, they only got beat by 10 in this one. It was just a more even game because they were using everybody, but Stephon Castle just was awesome to help out. There was some sagging.
He played cat a lot too.
Yeah,
that was one adjustment
that
we
was a
saw
huge change in this game, and that's big part of the reason the Knicks weren't passing the ball as much. They had 18 assists last night. That's a tiny number, especially the way they've been playing lately. They were playing one-on-one way too much, especially I thought in the second half. Only 47 points in the second half, shot 36% from the field, and I think a large part of it was Wemby roaming off of Hart. Hart was shooting the ball really well in the first half. He lost confidence. He didn't want it in the second half, basically at all. It forced them into one-on-ones for Brunson, and great defense all around from the Spurs on that point. 32 points for Brunson, but it took him 25 shots. He had 5 assists, but he also had 5 turnovers. He's basically averaging a point per shot right now. 13 assists to 13 turnovers. The Spurs have done awesome on this guy, but they also were able to take Towns out of the game. The roaming off of Hart just gums everything up inside, and they were doubling the ball to take away his playmaking opportunities. It's almost like they decided if we take Cat out of the game, that's more important than taking Brunson out of the game. We can live with one-on-ones because our defenders are good. That's what the Spurs did against the Thunder as well. They're said like, okay, nobody else is going to beat us. Shea, can you score enough points to beat us? Shea wasn't able to do it. Brunson wasn't able to do it last night. Maybe playing this way is smarter for San Antonio.
Yeah, when Luke Cornett came on the floor, they said, Luke Cornett, you're going to be a help guy. Our smaller guy is going to guard Cat, and he'll just come out and help in those minutes. And Cat couldn't take advantage of that. That being said, it came down to just several possessions in the fourth quarter, and Jalen Brunson just wasn't himself. I mean, he gave that ball over at the 5-minute mark in the fourth quarter with nobody touching the ball. He just lost it. He was already in his next move, ready to shoot, so he gave that away. They went 3.5 minutes without a made basket, and Brunson not being able to do it. OG missing, and then the board where Shamet got a board. OG missing, Shamet got a board, and he went in and out. The turnover by Brunson. Brunson missed a pull-up jumper, and Cat missed the 3. Cat couldn't come through in the fourth quarter. Well, on the other side, you see a Castle bailout of the tug and war possession. I thought that's what that was. It was just Cat and Wemby. Tug, war. Okay, somebody do something. And Castle, huge 3 to bail them out. They just got baskets at the end of this thing.
All season long, including these playoffs, the Knicks have been very, very good at taking care of the ball. Like, really good, not allowing their opponents to capitalize by any means on these miscues. That wasn't the case in Game 3. When you look at the turnovers last night, New York had 13 turnovers, which translated to 21 Spurs points. And 5 of their 6 turnovers, like early ones, were just like throwing the ball away.
Yep.
Like to start the game, 2 of their first 3 possessions, I guess in the first half and the third quarter, they're just throwing it away for the most part. Like there's like, I don't know if it was the nerves and the amped up MSG. I don't know what it was, but it was sloppy, and we hadn't seen that from them. Because Bridges threw it away, Hart threw it away, McBride threw it away, Clarkson threw it away. Continued in the second half. Cat chucked one out of bounds, trying to like force one to Brunson, wasn't there. Brunson threw one to Jay-Z. Like, good Spurs defense, don't get me wrong, but these were like, what are you doing? This has not been the Knicks' MO all playoffs long, and this was a huge part from Game 3 and the Spurs winning.
Absolutely. The Spurs were in transition for a lot of the night. Sometimes I thought a little too happy to get in transition. Sure. We're like pushing into 1-on-4s for no reason. But it definitely felt to me like New York felt the pressure a lot more than San Antonio did.
Yeah.
From the beginning. Like you're talking about the first quarter, it was pretty brutal from the Knicks. They got back into it with their massive second quarter, but in general, they looked a little tighter, I thought, than San Antonio. I thought San Antonio accomplished what they set out to do in this game on both ends of the court. The way they were attacking offensively, the way they were able to take Towns out of the game on the defensive end, whereas the Knicks were just hoping it was a close game at the end and assuming Brunson's going to get us over the edge, and he just wasn't able to.
Yeah, those first quarter mess ups up by their defense, allowing open threes, they were able to make up for in the second quarter. That end of second quarter run, which is the same thing we saw at the end of the second quarter in Game 2. Big run. They scored 14. They went 14-3 at the end of the second quarter with all those past possessions. The question was, coming out of the locker room, are the Spurs going to do what they did in Game 2, where they allowed the Knicks to get an even a bigger run? Not in this one. They were awesome. They were coming out in the third quarter. They were ready for New York in that third quarter. So the Knicks, maybe they had a feeling like all the hype that they had basically won this series in a way between Game 2 and Game 3 got to them. They weren't right.
Michael Redd, who we had on the show not that long ago, he tweeted last night, sort of what you're saying there, Trey. The Knicks played heavy tonight, is how Redd put it. Maybe the atmosphere, maybe the security, maybe all of it. They came out with those turnovers. He addressed this too on 2 of their first 3 possessions in the first and then in the third, and they just looked like the tighter team. Yeah, it did appear that way. I don't know what the reason was, but it did appear that way. It was like the equivalent of Mario Kart. When you're like you're so amped up at the beginning at the starting line, but you can screw it up and then you burn out. And it was like, oh, they were burning out there early in the first couple minutes of, again, the first half and the third half. No, they found their groove in the second. I mean, that's when it felt like, maybe the championship is going to New York here, start the parade. That massive, 42-point second quarter, but then only 47 in the second half.
Yeah, the Spurs didn't want to do it in terms of just falling apart. Lots of credit to Stephon Castle in the game he had, but he also missed 5 straight shots, and he was able to maintain that maturity and hit at big 3. And he was 7 of 8 to start. He misses 5 shots, and then that's just a bailout shot and a bad possession with 2 minutes left that he's able to step up and hit that shot and then hit those 2 free throws, where I loved how Legler and Jefferson were saying, do you have to give it to Castle to go to the free throw line? Fox could have just held onto the ball and just go to the free throw line, but you give it to the young player, and he was able to bang him. No problem.
He's
no
a
rim.
Good free throw shooter.
Yeah. No rim at all. But, I mean, in this one, I started to see those free throws be missed a lot of the time from the Spurs. I thought, this is game 2 again, where they missed a bunch of...
Keldon Johnson was trying his best to miss free throws. He was. What are you doing, man?
But they had the effort, the push, even in those free throws. Dylan Harper hitting the front rim and getting the bounce on a free throw. Yeah, I'm evaluating free throws, but they had the push to get through it. And it obviously showed at the end how they made those key buckets.
Well, let's talk about free throws. I want to get your opinion on the free throw discrepancy in the second half. Knicks got outshot 24-8 from the line, outscored 20-6. Mike Brown hit the post-game media session in full protest. Maybe he's obviously getting ready for game 4 here, but he said, quote, "I never thought I would be in the NBA Finals and see a team get 24 free throw attempts in the second half to another team's 8. Maybe we were fouling, but they fouled too." That was Mike Brown's point. So, yeah, okay, we're fouling. But why didn't we get a bunch of free throw attempts, too? Even though they did get a lot in the first half, more in the first half than, of course, second. But what do you think the officiating from Game 3 ruined it to you at all? Was it one-sided? What's your takeaway?
I think the biggest beefs that the Knicks can have with regards to officiating are the plays like where Wemby pushes Brunson in the back of the head, or who was it? Hart landed on Wemby's foot, closing out to the corner. That was a flagrant on Brunson earlier. The exact same play. Could have been a flagrant on Wemby as well, but then he would be suspended. So consider your conspiracies there. Mike Brown knows that this was a finely officiated game because he says, maybe we were fouling. He admits we were fouling. That's why they went to the line. It was because they put the Spurs into the bonus so early definitely in the fourth quarter, maybe in the third quarter as well, but they're trying to be physical with Wemby when he rolls, so you're going to pick up away from the play fouls, and that happened quite a bit. They just think they should have gotten a few more free throws because, they play inside as well, but I didn't feel like the Knicks were doing a great job of forcing the issue, trying to get to the rim. I thought Wemby kind of shut things off inside, and it turned into a jump shooting game for New York, and you're just not going to draw as many fouls when that's the case.
Yeah, I think if they had a better effort level on the defensive end, where they were a little more scrappy to start the game, it would have been different. They just didn't have the effort level, I don't think. In general, they could definitely complain about some, as you mentioned, Trey. Also, the Julian Champagnie gets a flagrant foul called because Jalen Brunson's sort of in his landing area, which I thought was lame because Champagnie kicked his leg out to land. I mean, that was just...
It was weird because Brunson's leg was almost turned around looking back at the basket, too. I mean, they were confused on the broadcast. They were wrong on that one. They were like, no way that's going to be called a flagrant.
Right, yeah.
It was,
it was sort of his landing area, but he was also kicking his leg out. I mean, there was a Champagnie smile on the floor because he knew what he was doing. He kicked his... That wasn't a landing area.
I don't think it was...
I thought that one was fine.
Yeah.
I think overall...
He's in his area.
It wasn't.
Yeah, but it wasn't made. It was a fabricated area. I think he just kind of kicked his leg out. He doesn't shoot like that. It's already up. Here you go. Here's my foot a foot away. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Every guy shoots.
What's strange is that he didn't land on you. Like Leg said it. You usually land on the other guy's foot when he's too close in your landing spot, but he actually landed on Brunson's like heel, I guess, because again, Brunson's had turned around, so it's just was very strange.
It's also a kick/land, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
Nonetheless, Wemby did the exact same thing in the corner. The play is the exact same. Hart lands on his calf, not on his foot.
Yeah,
that could have been a flagrant that way, but
I don't think it was a well
points at it.
officiated game, but I don't think it was super one-sided.
No.
I just think it was very inconsistent the way they called this game. Like they sort of like, especially in the second half, it felt like, all right, we're going to start calling sort of everything. Like this game started to bog down. And we got a million, obviously, challenges too. I think Knicks fans are pissed about that, right? It's like every challenge the Knicks had to do, they ended up being right. So the call was like incorrectly called. And then, of course, we had to go look at it and replay it, and then usually would go back. So
yeah, Mark Davis kept it tight, though. The video reviews,
they were fairly quick. Yes.
I did not like when Mark Davis said Wemby on the review. He literally said Wemby.
Yeah.
You should only be able to call them by their full names.
Okay. So even you can't say Cat then.
No,
Gotta go Karl
of
Anthony
course not.
Towns. Okay, sure.
Gilgeous Alexander. I don't want to hear Shea. I don't want to hear SGA.
Yeah, maybe
You should only be able to say their full last names.
Fair enough.
We don't want them to be friendly with the players.
Right.
I mean, you do a little bit, but you don't want to hear that they're friendly.
Yeah.
Sounds like the fix is in.
Or just go with numbers. I mean, it's a little
Also fine.
It's a little more work, I guess, to know a guy's number.
It got testy there. I guess that was. This was first quarter, wasn't it? Where Wemby smushed
That was first
Brunson
quarter,
and
yeah.
chucked him to the ground. Brunson got upset. I mean, the officials just straight up missed that. Didn't even see that incident, I don't think. And then they sort of allowed, I thought, on the next play or soon after, Cat to get away with literally like a running back stiff arm on Cornette as he drove for a little baseline floater, and Cat was barking that he wanted the foul. And then Hart scored in transition, and he sort of got in the way, and Cornette came and bumped him, and Hart went flying down. And then we looked at that one, but the tech was called on Hart. They thought he sort of either instigated it or sort of like after the play made it a bigger deal than it was. That was the real section of this game where it was getting very testy.
Yeah, I didn't like that call on Hart. Just let it go. But it was very funny to hear the halftime show where Shaq was basically defending Wemby for shoving Jalen Brunson's head. Yeah, you can do that. You should be able to do that. Barkley said, no, you can't do that. Yeah, you can do that. That's what big guys should do.
I'm with Shaq.
I sort of am too.
Yep.
I am too.
It's going to get Wemby a bit of a dirty rap, but that's fine. Shaq had one too. If you get hit this many times, you're going to hit back eventually.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah. It was odd because it's 20 feet away from the bucket. Like there wasn't anything physical happening in that play.
I mean, Brunson's grabbing his jersey and like pulling down.
He's
on
doing
him.
it. Get the hell off me. Wemby smiles after it. He's like, you're like, I just pushed you away.
Yeah.
And Brunson has a right then to get back in his face. Again, the officials completely missed it. But
that's why you don't want to call Victor's Wembanyama Victor Solemn man.
Please don't bring that
because
up.
he's a calm person some of the time, but then he can be aggressive. But that's a good thing for him. That's like Shaq was defending. The point is you defend your area.
Go watch this game again and just watch, especially when Cat is on Wemby. It's basically like a UFC fight. They're in the clinch the entire time. The two guys, the whole time for a majority of the possession until somebody can break free, are just like grabbing each other, holding each other, under each other.
Yeah.
It's like for like 15 seconds of every possession. Yeah.
No
and so
doubt.
like my point is you honestly could call it every single time. They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So they are fighting their asses off, those two, and battling. And I'm sure it gets frustrating. And in any series, by the time we get to 3, 4, 5, whatever, I hate you. Stop doing it. And that's when people get upset a little bit more.
Yeah. And that was one where the Castle 3 was able to bail him out because they were just fighting and nothing happened for a possession. But then I had to rewatch another one where Wemby got a pass and an alley-oop at the rim after Karl Anthony Towns grabbed his arm at the free throw line. I thought, whoa, this is like you're swinging a guy against the ropes, like so he can start bouncing around. Did it actually help him get an alley-oop? But yeah, it happens a lot.
But that's where the frustration comes from, I think, as the players. Maybe if you're a Knicks fan too, it's like I just said, it is happening, it feels like, on every play. And then suddenly, start of the fourth quarter, they call one on Cat. Right after that, they call one on Bridges fighting like Keldon Johnson. And it's like, okay, that's those early fouls that get you into foul trouble, obviously get you into the bonus, and then a bunch of free throws. And so you're like, what the hell? Like, are we doing this or are we not doing this? Again, it's that inconsistency, and it's not easy, but that pisses off players, coaches, and fan bases more than anything. It's like, call it one way and just stick with it, but you're switching it up mid-game here. I know you have to adapt, though. But
yeah, and I mean, the refs are adapting a little bit as well. Like as tensions are going higher, they're going to start calling the foul. So you have to be aware that now is like a heavy foul calling time. And I would say one thing that's been consistent through 3 games this series, you can be very physical from 25 feet to the hoop, but outside of 25 feet, if you're grabbing guys, they're going to call that a foul for sure.
Yeah.
They're more likely to call it the further away you are for whatever reason, like the freedom of movement they wanted out there. There's also that weird play where it was like deflected on the sideline, on the top sideline of our screen. So then the Spurs want to do a quick sub so that they can decide if they want to challenge the play.
That was a weird one.
So Harper is just supposed to, I guess, go to the scorer's table. Instead, he runs onto the court. They start play. And then they're like, wait a second, he wasn't supposed to sub. We've got 6 players on the court. That was odd as well. You know, that was pretty unusual the way that all transpired, and it looked like the Spurs are getting away with having 6 guys on the court for a half second. So, I mean, if I'm the Knicks fans and I'm in that arena and all the calls are going against us, all the reviews are going against us, they're letting them play with 6 guys for literally a split second, I would be ferocious as well.
I can't stand these coaches. They figured out this this move where we pretend we're going to have somebody sub into the game just so we can get our guy on the iPad to take one more look or maybe get another second or two to determine whether or not we're challenging.
This is how we circumvent the rules.
Yes. Sneaky.
As you were talking about, Trae, about the physical play away from the 3-point line or beyond the 3-point line, you can't get away from that. I think one thing the Spurs did a little bit better this game was when the Knicks bring 2 bodies out on a perimeter guy, they were able in the first 2 games to tip passes and just get extremely physical, while the Spurs in this game were able to take half a step back and understand where I'm going with this ball instead. Here comes Stephon Castle flying up to pass it, flying up literally vertically to pass it to Victor Wembanyama 30 feet away. So that was a lot smarter. They adapted to that.
This is the second youngest team we've ever seen in the NBA Finals in the Spurs with their median age. And it's like the poise from this team is pretty unreal here. In an electric atmosphere at Madison Square Garden with your season on the line, to make these adjustments, to play calm enough in tight situations, definitely down the stretch. I'm with you.
Keldon Johnson even showed up this game. Not a super young guy, but he had
his good moments and his bad moments.
He did.
Yeah, I thought the same with Cornette. I'm like, Johnson and Cornette were viable rotation members. They weren't killing him, which was important.
Yeah. Cornette's had a good body just to get in the way of Landry Shamet for what I thought was bad defense on Landry Shamet chasing Dylan Harper for that amazing dunk. So they're doing the right things. Even Keldon Johnson had to get a pass on the perimeter on the sideline to get it twice. Like Keldon Johnson got on the sideline. They wanted him to drive. He didn't drive, pass it out, got the ball right back. Go at him. And he did, and he got to the free throw line. So he was viable at this game. This was a Spurs team that only had one guy in Dylan Harper come off the bench that was really useful in this series. Keldon Johnson was useful in this game.
Yeah. There were 2 well, you know this reference. Canadians know this reference. I know Trae does as well by this point. 2 TSN turning points, I thought, in this game that ultimately didn't matter because the Spurs got the victory. But the Wemby 4-point play opportunity that was then challenged by Mike Brown, and the rest said Keldon Johnson pushed Mitchell Robinson into Wemby, so call's overturned. Brunson immediately blows by Wemby up top and then sidesteps his way into a layup. That was a huge swing.
Big time.
Because the Knicks were suddenly down 5. Spurs called a timeout. Good timeout, I thought, from Mitch Johnson there. So that was one that you were like, oh, is this going to go the next way? And the other one, Spurs are up 8 pretty late. Chance to extend the lead. Wemby missed a 3. They got the ball back, and then Wemby missed a layup.
Lefty.
Yeah, the left-hand layup at the rim. Brunson comes down, gets 2 free throws. MSG is coming alive. Fox then slips. Remember that play? He just goes to the ground and then ends up chucking it out of bounds. But the Knicks couldn't capitalize there. There was 2 instances where whoa. It's going to obviously get out of control here for the Spurs. But didn't matter in the end. They had built enough of a lead.
Yeah, that was 3.5 minutes of field goalless basketball for the Knicks where they didn't hit a bucket.
Yeah.
That
Some
hurt.
missed opportunities. Anything else? X's and O's from the game wise. We got a ton of random notes, of course, as we always do here on No Dunks.
I mean, the Knicks lost, so we don't talk about Jalen Brunson's fantastic finish there where he's going to his right. He's away from the basket, gets fouled, and just throws it up. And that was awesome.
That was awesome.
That other one he had in the first half, I think it was Cornette was in on that one. And he drove and kissed it high off the glass as he was screaming to his right there. That was
really
tough
good.
shot
and
too.
then you got the replay angle that was over Wemby, right? That was the play he shot over Wemby, or
Yeah,
maybe.
I thought it was Cornette in there, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, but then again,
Yeah,
he had
he did
another,
the same
he had
thing.
his best shooting night, right, of the
Brunson,
series,
yeah,
but
11
it's
for
still not
25.
amazing. Yeah. And then, of course, all the turnovers.
Yep.
Some back.
They're doing a great job on Brunson.
Yeah.
Like they're playing him as well as you possibly can. Every shot is tough, and they're not sending him to the free throw line a ton. So that was big. Two guys that I think should get a little bit of love for the Knicks. OG had an awesome night. He was the best player on the Knicks last night, easily 28 points on 13 shots. Another blow by dunk on Wemby. Wemby doesn't understand, I don't think, how athletic OG Anunoby is. He's closing out too hard on this guy.
Yeah.
Getting right up on him. OG goes by him, throws it down. Says in the box score he went 3 for 7 from 3. I don't believe it. I think he went 7 for 7. I do know he missed one right at the end of the fourth quarter, but it felt like every shot of his was going in. And then I was dying laughing at Jordan Clarkson rolling out of bed and scoring 10 points.
Oh, my God.
The look he's got going on with his long hair, he's got the headband over the top. He wears a T-shirt under his jersey. He wears leggings underneath his shorts. I thought he looked like James Franco in Pineapple Express.
I see it. Yep, I see it. And when he hit that Hail Mary 3 at the end of the third quarter, I guess it was, he was up to 10 points. I wrote in my notes, like, Mike Brown can do no wrong right now. Like, every button he presses is coming through. He's the guy at the blackjack table that's, like, hitting on 19, 18. You're like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, feeling it. I got it, man. I know a 2 or a 3 is coming.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, it's just everything is he's doing right. Of course, they don't win this game, but Clarkson, like Keldon Johnson, though, good moments and then some very boneheaded plays as well. I guess that's the Jordan Clarkson experience.
Hitting on blackjack. Hitting on 19.
I swear, man, Mike Brown would be doing it right now.
There's lots of Canadian references in this show. This is a French-Canadian reference, but our friend Daryl, when he hit 19 on blackjack in the city of Montreal, he said, "Frappe moi!"
Frappe moi, yeah. That was a legendary trip.
Hit on 19.
He was hitting on 19.
Not a good move, my friend. But worth it.
Like, sir, you don't want to do that. No, hit me. Frappe moi.
That was wonderful. Yeah, other than Jordan Clarkson, yeah, it is quite the up and down experience.
Yeah.
He literally passed it to Stephon Castle under his own hoop because he messed up.
Yeah, that was so weird. I think he just thought Hart was going to start moving. So he was like, quote unquote, leading him. But he didn't need to do that. You could bring it up or, you know, just pass it right to him. Yeah, that was a bad one. Yeah. That was one of those ones that I said the Knicks were just throwing it away. There's like so many of those if you go back and watch their turnovers. Yeah. Pretty gross.
And shout out to Josh Hart. I know his second half wasn't that great, but he got to 16 points after scoring 3 points in the first 2 games combined.
Yeah. He was letting letting
it rip. Yeah, and they needed him.
But I think ultimately, like you said, to sort of start this, TK, it's like, stop Cat, you maybe stop the Knicks. Like, you got to go way back to like the early in the Hawks series where we were sitting here going, why isn't Cat touching? Like, he went that 5-minute stretch in one of those Hawks losses. It was like, why isn't he touching the ball? He's not involved at all. And they had a great defensive game plan, Castle on him a lot more. And he just had no impact on this game, Cat. And then Bridges had basically an offer. Did he hit one shot? One jumper, Mikal Bridges?
I think he hit one jumper.
Yeah,
he did, yeah.
That was
midway through the second half.
You know, again,
like
there's like some
late,
foul troubles and, you know, that switched up his lineup a little bit or his minutes. But yeah, there's a couple of guys. And, you know, Shamet did not have a good game. He's human. You know, he sort of fell back to earth.
Yeah,
with
he
his
had
shooting.
an in and out, that key moment there in the fourth.
Yeah, but super entertaining. All 3 of these games coming down to the clutch. Big plays on both sides. Anything else? Let's get into random notes.
Random.
All right, tons of random notes here. Let's start with Knicks fans in attendance receiving a bunch of cool swag. Only cost you $9,000. But look what you got. A commemorative ticket. That's cool. I do like that. Good stuff from the Knicks there. And then a towel and a shirt. Again, you know, you spent that money. You're walking away with 3 cool things.
Good.
Yeah.
And honestly, pretty good shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
very
agree.
cool.
Like a lot of times, a giveaway T-shirt will just be like, New York, we are in the finals.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
This has got a full graphic, many colors. I don't know about the sizing. You know, it's probably still one size fits all, but these are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had 14 players on there on that shirt with Mike Brown. That's a full squad. I don't know if Tom Dundon would approve of 14 guys on there, but that's a full on squad. Yeah, it's a good shirt.
The Knicks also auctioned off celebrity row tickets for Game 3, something the franchise never does, and they went for $1 million. So they were the most expensive seats in NBA history. And it goes to their foundation. So that's nice. But, I don't know, some lawyer and some whatever, their company, I'm sure it's a tax write-off or something, but crazy. But they were in Celebrity Row. I'll ask you this question. Who saw less of Game 3? President Trump or DJ Khaled? Because one was falling asleep in the box, in the suite. That's Trumpito. And then DJ Khaled was seemingly on his phone for like 90% of the game. Every time you saw him, he was head down, I don't know, playing Candy Crush or something. So who saw less? And keep in mind, Trump did leave with like 7 minutes to go.
Trump left early. He didn't want to get blamed for the loss, which, it's 100% his fault as far as I'm concerned. But I guess Khaled's just trying to bring Snapchat back. Somebody's got to do it. He put it on the map once upon a time, and he said, one more, another one.
Yeah, watching him beside Fat Joe, that's a real juxtaposition. Fat Joe's watching everything. He's into the game. He's so in, and he's
basically
beside him.
Credentialed media at this point. Fat Joe asking questions in these post-game scrums.
Oh, I didn't realize that. He does that?
Yeah. It's amazing. He's like, I got a question. Him and Jadakiss are just asking questions. Sorry
that's great. No. It just makes DJ Khaled look worse because he's got his head down while Fat Joe's just watching the game. I mean, and now it's also Slim Joe. He looks slim. DJ Khaled also looks slim.
Yeah.
Lost some weight, I guess.
Yeah, Ozempic is working.
Slimmer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it works. Man.
Exactly.
It works.
Fat Joe was like, we didn't give him enough love, I don't think, for his performance in San Antonio. Like, you don't show him with anybody at the free throw line. He's up for every free throw, trying to literally distract people. I was
trying
impressed.
to do his part.
Yeah, so was Pope Leo in this game. I mean, Spike Lee wearing the Pope Leo jersey.
What is worse, though? Like Trump
I like it.
having people having to arrive 3 hours early, the security detail, like the nightmare he created around Madison Square Garden and like the shutdown and all that, all for him just to take a nap. That's what we did all of this for. Or sitting courtside and being on your phone the entire time. Like, I actually lean towards that being worse somehow. That's brutal, man. Just get off your phone. Live in the moment.
Yeah,
You're courtside. You're the greatest seats in the world.
Yeah, paying $10K for that or whatever
it was. Weird.
Just to look at your phone.
Weird. Yeah. Look, maybe he's watching it on his phone. Somebody said.
That would be awesome.
I was like, wow, I hadn't thought of that. Getting the real angles.
I mean,
he wants to hear the broadcast.
Maybe.
Ben Stiller is kind of doing that because he's filming a lot of stuff on his phone. He's watching the game, but taking a great angle, great camera angle.
Well, speaking of Ben Stiller, Dan Housen met Ben Stiller. And they took a photo, and Danhausen wrote, Dan Housen's new best friend, Ben Stillerhausen. So here they are. But I guess, the streak ends, obviously, the 13-game win streak for the Knicks here in the postseason. First L since April 23rd. You got to go way back for the Knicks to have lost a game.
Yeah, it's pretty weird for them to have lost a game and be like, oh, the sky's falling. They just lost their first game in 2 months.
Yeah.
But like if Towns has the kind of game he had last night and he hadn't been playing like the perfect version of Karl Anthony Towns, people would be all over him. But they're like, okay, we can allow you to have one bad game over the course of an entire playoff run. That is acceptable. And apparently it's acceptable for the guy who lifted the curse to come back and put a curse back on the team. That's tough.
Yeah.
Danhausen wearing a jersey with a 0 on it. Is that a DeLon Wright?
I think it's just a Danhausen. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's Danhausen on the back.
Dante Danhausen.
But nice work by Danhausen's social media team to block out their credential passes. You notice that?
Well done.
Danhausen logos on top of those. It's one of my favorite rules from the NBA. You cannot share a photo with your credential online.
Can't do it.
People,
Somebody
I guess,
can
could
easily
just replicate it. Yes, I guess. So easy.
Some other good courtside moments. Jose Alvarado dove into the first row and ended up landing on former New York City Mayor Mike Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah.
I thought that was Robert Durst. Looks just like him.
Forgot
He
about
does.
Robert Durst.
Shout out to Zakarian for that one. I saw Mike Zakarian say, I was like, oh my God, yeah, did he
He
ever?
definitely does.
Yeah.
He definitely does. I thought it was weird that he stopped and frisked Jose Alvarado when he sat down, but I know he supports the policies. It's surprising that doesn't happen more often. We see players go into the stands all the time. Rarely do they run into somebody who is a notable public figure.
Yeah. But it feels
true.
like almost every person in the front row, at least, of last night's game, was a notable figure.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of celebrities.
Including my favorite two sitting together, Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler from Law &
Yes.
Order SVU. Mariska did not have the greatest seat, though. You can see her. She's right behind the referee that's in the slot the entire time. And she's like poking her head around.
It's a tough spot.
The entire time.
Well, she got a good greeting from who was it? She shook somebody's hand that she was really excited
She did a
about.
big handshake.
Yeah, man, I forget.
I just like to see her and Chris Maloney are still buddies together. That's good. You know,
It is
on
good.
TV forever. Like, wow.
Yeah.
She is a diehard Knicks fan.
Yeah, she's there a ton. He's there a lot as well.
Yeah, but she's been there for literally like decades.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Somebody else in the crowd there, Clyde Frazier.
Oh, yeah.
Got to show you the jacket this guy had on last night while he was eating French fries, and the Styling and Profiling hat, which I think you can buy. But look at that jacket. I mean, even for Clyde, that's next level.
Pretty
man.
insane.
That's insane.
I liked Mike Breen quoting Clyde at the free throw line. I think it was Dylan Harper was shooting free throws. He's like, Clyde Frazier would call him a precocious neophyte. And we cut straight to this scene of Clyde eating a French fry sideways.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. That was my note. What is he doing?
Yeah.
Because it's one fry stuck to the other fry, but he doesn't just go at the top. He has the one that's stuck to the back, sort of. So he kind of turns it and eats the little one.
Landscape mode. I was surprised.
Still cool, though, man. He's still cool.
He is cool.
We had a great coach face is the best way to put it from Sean Sweeney. This expression where he's barking out orders. We'll loop it a couple times for everybody on YouTube here. But this is going to be your new Orlando Magic head coach. So get ready for this, Magic fans. What a great look, though. Great scrunch face, I thought.
Yeah, nice scowl.
I do want to know one random thing. Wemby, after the game, he went into the hallway. He was done.
Yeah.
But then they had to bring him on back.
Called him back.
Here's the hook. Come on back. You got to do your post-game interview. And he came out. He didn't fight. He didn't argue. Didn't say, I'm done. Like he was
like, all right.
He turned. He was gone. He was cheering. He took out his mouth guard. He was just happy. He was done. He was celebrating. And then, you could see him have to turn around and have to go out there. So that's all. He did it. He didn't love the interview.
No, it was pretty curt.
quick.
But
Oh,
the funny part from that interview is the next random note. It's Lisa Stalters. Trust me, it's her interviewing Wemby. This went viral last night.
So funny.
I mean, she is not a tall woman, and Wemby is a giant. So, but yeah, what are you gonna do? It just looks so good.
Yeah.
It does
Literally
like a
just
child.
her hand.
Yeah. And it's also worse for the reporter when they're doing it on the road in a win for the road team, because Wemby doesn't have to bend over to hear anything. But,
It's not super
dead
loud.
silent.
Yeah,
especially minutes after, where you could just go to the hallway and then come on back. There's no one there, so he was just way up here.
I'm sure you caught this though. Did you hear after that interview wrapped up, or while it was wrapping up, De'Aaron Fox and a couple other Spurs players were starting to walk by Wemby, and you hear Fox go, "It's midnight, man. Let's go."
Yeah.
And I think Wemby's like, "It's midnight," and it wasn't quite midnight. It was like 11:33, 11:34.
So are they calling out how long this game took to start?
They're just saying Wemby likes his sleep.
It did take
He's
forever.
on record liking his 8 hours of sleep. Obviously, you got a lot of
on a
stuff to do
routine.
after. Yeah.
He's sleeping by midnight. He's got
Bedtime, Victor.
Yeah, I swear to God, he was like, "Oh, okay."
You've got a drawing in the park in Manhattan appointment at 8 a.m. like he was
that's
drawing with his sister. Some random park in
Gramercy
Manhattan.
Park, I think.
Oh, okay.
Sort of a private park, I believe.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
That would make more sense.
One more Wemby thing here. This is from Mike Vorkanoff of The Athletic. Getting a great shot. Good stuff here from Mike. Wembanyama, first player I've seen do a press conference barefoot. Walking through the bowels of MSG, which is basically a New York City sidewalk, no less, is what Mike Vorkanoff said. But yeah, got the kicks off, just walking around.
Ooh, doing some
long foot, man.
I know, it's crazy looking.
It's a long, skinny foot.
The guy's doing some grounding.
Yeah,
One with the floor.
That's right. That's right.
Wow.
And my only other note here is OG Jab Step Corner 3 is going to make a great future punk band name or song. Somewhere down the line, I think some kids will name their, I don't know, their band or their song. OG Jab Step Corner 3.
Ooh.
No?
We had that one person who sponsored Woboy not too long ago that had so many song names that were after basketball players. Like Chris Kaman was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could be one.
Was that the Summer League? band name.
It might have been. Yeah, you could be right.
Yeah, forgetting that one.
Anything else?
Yeah, my last two have to do with the production. ABC was really struggling with the Booking.com floor ad during the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was glitching.
Same exact color as the lane. So they were having problems figuring out how to keep it on the court, whether or not. So players would just like cut out of the top left corner and get lost behind the Booking.com. So I wonder if one of the adjustments for Game 4 is a new color for Booking.com. Tough to get that one pushed past the shareholders, I would imagine. But you want that ad on the court in the finals. You're paying a lot of money for that. Booking.no last night. Exactly. And then finally, Charles Barkley commentating on Cardi B was pretty funny. Cardi D.
Well done, Chuck. He's still got his fastball, man.
He's like,
that was legit
it's ESPN,
funny.
Who cares?
Yeah,
watch this.
Yeah. I'd like
it's after midnight.
They
Victor
all just
Wembanyama's
start
in bed. Let it fly.
Die laughing. Oh my God, that was pretty funny.
She's not Cardi B. That was very
that was
funny.
Good.
Two random notes. This is hardcore random, but in the conference finals, there was a standard line on the side of the key or the side of the paint where you kind of line up for free throws. It's just that it's a solid line, but it wasn't there in this game. Alex Singer of the No Dunks fans pointed it out.
Interesting.
So I didn't grab it for the stream, but if you look at it, it's like it disappears. So the key is bigger. Like it looks a lot wider because that line isn't there. You're kind of lining up at the same place. It doesn't matter about the free throw lining up, but there's just a line, like a solid line. So that's
I mean, they did change the floor, I guess, with the whole LOB out there and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did. And one other thing, I mean, this is a totally physical thing that I probably shouldn't be doing, but that's fine. Like I'm no Spiro Agnew, but I have bags under my eyes, so I'm a bag man of a different variety. Jalen Brunson has big bags under his eyes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he does.
And
you wouldn't have been allowed into Madison Square Garden last night. No bags allowed.
Too big. He's tired. What's up?
He does have. I've noticed that too. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's an interesting thing. He had to get to bed too, I guess.
Yeah,
De'Aaron Fox
tired, man.
De'Aaron Fox also had some slight bags. Not quite like a huge tote bag, but like a little
City
one.
never
Little
sleeps, man.
I didn't know where you were going with Spiro Agnew.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Bag man.
All right, so the focus now shifts to Game 4, and we will find out whether New York will take a commanding 3-1 lead or the Spurs can tie this up, and home court advantage means nothing. But we'll really do a deep dive on that on tomorrow's podcast. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, the Up-Down Report.
No Dunks is brought to you by FanDuel, where the odds have changed for Finals MVP. Brunson, still the favorite, plus 105. Wemby moved into second and pretty close to Brunson at plus 165. Towns has dropped to third at plus 500. OG plus 4,000. Was the best player.
It's creeped up.
Or a Castle at plus 8,000. Okay, that's a little crazy. But for them to win, he's going to have to be awesome every game that they win. Still,
the Spurs
Wemby's still
win
going to
the
get
title. Wemby's getting
it's
finals
highly,
MVP.
highly likely. Yeah. But, I got sucked in by that plus 8,000 after that Castle performance.
Sure.
Play your game any way you want. Seek out individual player markets for baskets and rebounds or build an epic same-game parlay for a chance at a bigger payout. It's up to you. Right now, new customers can hit the court with $350 in bonus bets, guaranteed after betting $5 for 7 straight days. And best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Be part of the championship with FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA.
The final random note I thought of you, TK, last night was Wemby was back to a lot of fist pumps, I thought.
Yeah, he was.
In Game 3. Not as many as we've seen prior in some of those games against the Thunder, but there was a couple notable ones. I like when he just does it mid-play.
Yeah.
Like he did it on the Shamet block. Like right after. He was like,
he did.
Yes.
Yep. He's in a good flow when he's like fist pumping.
Yeah.
An out of bounds call.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Art ball.
He must have watched Project Hail Mary, right? With the alien, fist my bump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he did watch Project Hail Mary.
I bet he read the book.
He probably did read the book. That's a great point.
All right, let's get into the Up-Down Report.
Prepare your tubis. It's the Up-Down Report.
We ain't throwing fist bumps here. We're throwing thumbs up, thumbs down, gentlemen. Play along in the stream team. Let us know in the comments if you're watching a little later. Or, of course, on Spotify. You can comment away there as well. All right, first one. We got some jerseys to address here. The Minnesota Timberwolves are returning to their roots next NBA season with a new logo, new uniforms, and a new court, showing them all to you here on YouTube. The team revealed their updated look on Sunday, including some nods to the design elements present in the team's 89 debut. Yes, there are the courts. Now, the most obvious change is a return to the franchise's original blue, green, and white color palette. So you saw it there, some jerseys and the logo and these courts. Up or down on the Timberwolves new unis, logo, courts, the whole new look here. TK, start with you.
Oh, I'm up.
Yeah.
This is good. I think the Timberwolves were in need of a rebrand, and they went for an awesome one, just basically bringing everything back, but in a sort of like modern retro way, which I think is kind of the sweet spot for a lot of NBA fans at this point. Like I think of the Bucks as a perfect rebrand to like something that looks like it could have been in the 70s, but it actually is in the 2000s. This looks like it could be in the 90s or the 2000s, and it's in the 2020s. There's something a little uncanny valley to me about these where I look at it, I'm like, that looks exactly like a Timberwolves jersey, but not quite. I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's the blue.
And the teal, maybe.
Yeah, those blue accents for sure around
the blue accents are a
walls.
little different.
Yeah.
The green is a little bit of a different color, like kind of referencing the more neon version that they've been wearing lately. But in general, I think these look really, really good.
Same. Yeah. Yeah. The blue and the teal kind of looks a little odd to me, but I'm a blue man. That's why I put on a blue hat today. Happy with that. Happy to go back to that wolf you get on the profile. And, you know, it kind of looks like a sad wolf in a way. Like he looks a little sad as he's howling.
This wolf looks sad to
A
you?
little bit. He's
howling, man.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's just how I'm reading it. But it's great to get back to that one. It's not nostalgia. I think it's just better than what they've had in the recent years. It's just better.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a brighter, more colorful version for sure. Old Shep, I think, is what that the original wolf mascot was. But that was a little more just that wolf was just looking on. So yeah, they're sort of blending everything together. Ultimately, that's what they're doing here. They're like, oh, take the best. Everybody liked that part of those ones and that color, and they like that sort of design of that, and sort of put them all together. I think it looks great overall. I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
And so they sort of like almost like slow rolled this one out when they did the throwback white Wolves jerseys, playing nod obviously to their first type of jerseys, and like I think everyone was like, "Ooh, those are awesome! More of that, please." So then you incorporate obviously the little trees around the trim and all that. Yeah, looks good. They also had Kevin Garnett. Didn't show you any photos of him rocking all the jerseys too. Yep. Nice to see him back in the mix, of course.
Yeah,
very cool.
All right, sticking with jerseys, next one here. The Houston Rockets are going back to the future for their new look. The team unveiled a new 3-jersey set and revamped logos late last week that reintroduces yellow into the mix. So the ketchup and mustard look is inspired by the uniforms the Rockets wore during their 94 and 95 championships, with Elijah Wan leading the way. Up or down, Trae, on the Rockets bringing back the ketchup and mustard jerseys?
I'm also up on these.
Okay.
From the same sort of standpoint, like this looks like what I liked growing up, so of course I like it. It just feels more like the Rockets to me. Red and black, a generic color scheme for the Rockets, who I think of as a red and yellow team, first and foremost, and now they are. Again, I hate that they keep calling it ketchup and mustard, though. You don't have to remind everybody that these are condiments that you're modeling your jerseys after. I also don't think you necessarily need the subtle pinstriping that's on it, kind of like referencing the Yao Ming era.
Yeah.
But whatever. They're subtle. They're fine. I think the black jerseys, the trim looks very, very weird on the black ones specifically, but those are like their third jersey, so okay.
I love the red ones. I don't love the white version and the black ones as much as that red one. Yeah.
Yeah, the pinstripe on the white ones it's kind of ugly.
Sort of like halfway pinstripe.
It's halfway,
too.
and it's gray. What's the point of it?
I
I don't really like that part. Are there pinstripes on the actual red and yellow ones or no?
So I can't. I'm not sure. I don't.
There's pinstripes.
Are there?
on
They're
all
just
of them,
very
yeah.
faint.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't notice them at all. Otherwise, I do like the red and yellow ones. Yeah. It's the gray stripes on the white ones that are odd. Get Ronald McDonald on the team. Sign him to a 10-day contract. Why not?
Well, I mean, he should be tall. I always thought of him as
big.
tall in my
Who do you
head.
think he plays like? Ronald McDonald.
Damn.
I mean, a little Shengun? No.
he
doesn't have
to me,
athleticism.
he plays like a Tari Eason like character. I imagine Ronald McDonald as a high energy wing.
Oh, see, I don't. I think
Not a ton of skill, but he's getting busy.
I think more of a Karl Anthony Towns. So, like, I'm saying Ronald McDonald has more game than maybe some think. Yeah. But I say that because Cat, to me, always looks like he's playing in shoes that are like 10 times too big. He's got giant feet, though, and that's like Ronald McDonald's going to be hooping in some crazy shoes. Yeah. So I see a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, that's why I think Şengün's the way to go. It's kind of in between both of what you're saying. I don't think he's got the energy to be able to be a Tari Eason. I don't think he's got the skill to be a Karl Anthony Towns, but he's got the footwork.
Somewhere in the middle.
He can dance. But yeah, Tillman Fertitta, he owns so many restaurants, the owner of the Houston Rockets. So many.
Yep.
So many, but not one McDonald's.
No.
That's kind of weird. Why not? Why not spend whatever you got to spend on one franchise location? Just one.
All three unis, by the way, feature a fan favorite on the belt buckle, the Dunkstronaut, which is was sort of like a secondary logo. So it's become like almost more confirmed that it's going to be featured. You know what I'm talking about, the cool little Duncan spaceman. They definitely went yes, ketchup and mustard, like a throwback to the championship days, but also they really leaned into, obviously, the NASA space. Like there's another logo that's like a triangular sort of almost like a mission patch thing. I don't know where we'll see that, like a global logo, I guess they're calling it. But yeah, I'm with you guys. Overall, looks decent.
Yeah.
Maybe not as good as the Wolves, but it's not brutal.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And like the way you're saying it, now that we're talking about it, these both feel like very focus grouped to me. They're like, oh, people love our old jerseys, so we're going to take elements from all of our old jerseys and mash them up together. And guess what? You're going to love it. Suckers. We don't want anything new. We want old stuff that looks new.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But on those home jerseys, is there anything old? Am I missing something?
On the white ones?
Yeah. I'm calling
well, like Trae
jerseys.
said, it's like a bit of a callback to the Yao ones. Like they had
they had the
stripes.
stripes. Yeah. My bad. Yeah.
All right, enough jersey talk there. According to Mark Stein, Trae Young is expected to sign a long-term deal with the Washington Wizards this offseason at around 3 years and $120 million. Young, who has a $49 million player option for next season, is eligible to sign a 3-year, $160 million deal until June 30th. So if this is true and Stein's reporting is right, this would be pretty good discount here for the Wizards. At 3 years and $120 million instead of 3 years, $160 million. Tass up or down on Trae likely signing this new extension?
Look, it's totally fine, especially off the top. First year here, $40 million is not a lot when you've got a lot of young players he's playing with. He's also playing with Anthony Davis, who makes a lot of money. But besides that, you have to pay somebody, so that's totally fine. Where I'm looking at this as maybe something that'll look kind of high is the second and third year. Maybe, depending who they sign extensions to. Because they got to pay somebody. They're not paying anybody right now. But come the second year, they could sign Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly, Bob Carrington to extensions. So then it starts to look a little strange. Who are we paying here? And then the third year, you can also add Trey Johnson. So I imagine this might be a descending contract. Let's make it high up front in the first year and then start to get lower as we go along here. But it's fine. It's fine.
TK?
Yeah, I think this is good for the Wizards. Like Stein mentions, a little bit of a discount for them. He's 28 going into the start of next season, so you're getting him through his prime. He just has to play. It's going to be the huge thing. Played 5 games for the Wizards last year, 15 games in total, 76 the season prior, 54 the season prior. You like the 76 number. The other two numbers look pretty bad, but this is basically in the range with LaMelo Ball, Tyrese Maxey, Kyrie Irving, John Morant. I think at his best, Trae Young can get to that level of player. It's just going to be a matter of his job being very different for the Wizards than it was for the Hawks. He's got a lot of mouths that need to be fed in Washington, a lot of players who they're going to want to develop, assuming, they take Debanza, maybe they take Peterson, whatever it may be. There's going to be a number 1 draft pick there who it's going to be important for that player to learn how to play NBA basketball, and you want Trae Young to be a good veteran. I don't know if he always was in Atlanta, but that's what they're hoping for in Washington. But call me Joe House. I need a little bit of settle down juice here. I'm kind of excited for the Wizards.
Oh boy!
Next season.
Oh boy!
Healthy Trae.
Here we go.
This guy always healthy. Healthy AD. This guy's always on the court. The number 1 pick. Come on, they're more interesting than they were
Sure.
at the end of last season and any of the previous seasons. I mean, even probably dating back to like Wall and Beal. That's probably like the last interesting Wizards teams. I'm not even talking about the Beal leading the league in scoring teams. But apparently, according to The Athletic, 95% season ticket renewals, and they're selling 3 times more than they sold at this time last year.
That's why you do this type of stuff.
A lot of settle down juice going around
Yeah.
in Atlanta or in Washington. And look, if you're selling those tickets, that's why you're able to give Trae Young this kind of contract.
Yep. Yep. And it's a good point about like, will we finally like talk a little bit about the Wizards, even if it's early in the season? Like, think about the last couple of years. We barely talk about them. We talked about them when Bam was scoring 83 on them.
That's true. Yep.
But otherwise, few and far between. We're sitting here saying, did you catch the Wizards game last night? And wow, they're doing this right. You know, like there's a little love for Keyshawn George every once in a while or something like that, or Sar. But for the most part, no, over the last couple seasons. So it'd be nice if they're actually decent.
The next question is, are they planning on extending Anthony Davis?
Well, right.
Which he is eligible for extension in August. But that's risky, and riskier than this Trae Young extension.
Yeah.
He's got 1 year guaranteed and then a player option. I don't think they do. I think they feel it out this coming season and then make a decision then, or move on from Anthony Davis. So it feels like Trae Young, more playable, younger, physically there, more
Potentially
so.
wants to maybe be there a lot more than AD.
AD wants to play for a winner, it
Yeah,
sure feels like,
yeah.
or somebody willing to give him a big contract and then moving on at some other point. But yeah, when they traded for him months ago, the conversation was, are they going to extend him? I would lean no with what they got.
We will see. Final one. The courtside chair Taylor Swift sat in during Game 3 of the East Finals between the Cavs and Knicks is up for auction. According to the listing on the Realist, the opening bid was $100, and after nearly 40 bids, it's up to a cool $6,500. Now, this was yesterday. Maybe it went up even more. I'm not sure. But the auction is set to end June 14th. Up or down on Taylor Swift's ECF courtside Cavs seat being available and up for auction.
Give me an up. Give me an up.
Really?
I like you got excited about the Wizards trade. I started to get more excited about this chair after looking at it. At first, I thought, ugh, that many thousands of dollars for a chair, but then I saw the cushion in it. Way more cushion than I expected.
Yeah, very
Has a cup holder from the perspective I had. If you have the cup that Travis Kelce chugged a beer in, sold alongside that chair, wow. Willing to spend $5,000 for a comfortable chair. Looks pretty comfortable.
As far as courtside seats go, sure.
It's not just a fold-out chair. It's got some cushion.
Trey, are you up or down on this?
I guess I'll go down. This is dumb. This is too much money for a chair.
Just a little.
Imagine the person that gets this is going to be a Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
You have to imagine, right? Nobody else is spending
Probably not a Cavs fan.
$6,500.
The memorable
so then
Game
what do you
3.
to explain this? Come over, look at my Taylor Swift shrine. That's the chair she sat in
You have
Game
to-
3 of the
yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals.
You have to have the photo above it
Did
that
the
we
Cavs
just
win?
showed.
No, they got blown out.
Yeah, they got crushed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she a Cavs fan? No, she was just there.
No, she might be a Knicks fan, actually.
Did she fart in it? We can't even prove it.
No, her.
I would pay a premium.
They should say that. They can't even say Taylor Swift's name
They
in the
can't.
listing. That made me laugh. 14-time Grammy or something. Is that what it
Yeah,
says?
courtside chair used by one of the biggest music
Yeah.
artists in the world and a 14-time Grammy Award winner during the Eastern Conference Finals Game 3 at Rocket Arena.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is anybody buying that? It doesn't seem like there's enough of a crossover for somebody to say.
Well, what's the crossover? Cavs fan and Taylor Swift fan.
yeah.
There's got to be out
Oh,
there.
definitely.
Not
I
many,
suppose,
but-
but she didn't sit in it the whole game either. She was not in that for a portion
Well,
of the
she
game.
wasn't on her phone at least, or falling asleep. From
That's
what I
true.
remember. She
That's
did
true.
seem
She didn't fall asleep.
somewhat engaged.
No, Travis Kelce, he was the reason that he was excited.
Yeah.
He was into the game, and as I said, he chugged a beer during a break. You know, like the Green Bay Packers have. You know, did Aaron Rodgers do one too? Yeah,
I doubt it. He's not cool in any sort of way, so he wouldn't do anything exciting on the screen. But Bakhtiari did. I
Oh,
remember
that's that. Yeah.
How upset would people be if it came out after the fact? Like, let's say this sells for, I don't know, goes up to 10,000, 15,000. But then we learn that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce themselves put it up for auction because they have a huge wedding bill coming their way. I don't know if you guys saw Madison Square Garden. Can't be cheap. And that they're just trying to get some money back, recoup some money. Would people be pissed? Or would they be like, you know what? Respect. Weddings are
Very
expensive.
frugal.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they'd be
Yeah,
impressed.
just throw it out there.
No, he's making money. The podcast is doing well.
New heights.
Yeah.
Still a thing, eh? Still going?
Yeah.
Sure.
They had Leo on to promote one battle after another at one
Fantastic.
point last year. There are several other chairs that are available on this auction site.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What else you got?
All the other celebrity chairs. You want to guess the prices that they're going for? Like we know.
Only from Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who else was
This
there?
is Taylor.
Oh, well,
Taylor
we
Swift's
had-
chair is $6,500. How much do you think Travis Kelce's chair is going for?
4K.
No, not even.
Okay.
Maybe 1,000.
$550.
Okay, good deal.
Timothy Chalamet's
Yeah, now
chair.
that's
How much?
interesting.
How much for a Timmy chair?
Right now, 1,200.
Okay.
1,500.
$206.
See, people don't know about this. You did a little deep dive.
That's right. These are some great
You should've-
discount
You
chairs.
should have sat on this, man. Literally sat on this. We could have got these.
Kylie Jenner's chair. She's there as well.
Well, I guess if Chalamet's getting 200,
It's probably at $100.
Okay.
No votes yet,
yeah,
or no bids.
$50.
$295.
Oh wow.
Ooh, it went up.
And people want these women sat in chairs. I wonder why. Creeps.
Weirdos.
Machine Gun Kelly. His
They
chair's for
can't give it
sale.
away. They can't give it away.
He's a Cavs fan. He's actually a Cavs fan.
Wow.
First person we've named. Well, Kelsey. I'll say Kelsey
Yeah.
as well.
$100 for the machine gun.
200.
$265,
Yeah.
more than Timothy Chalamet.
Wow, the Chalamet. That's interesting.
See,
Ben
there's a
Stiller's
crossover
chair.
here. Ben Stiller's chair. Wow. $100.
$400.
Jeez.
Yeah, third most expensive chair. You think he's the third most famous out of those people? Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, Timothy Chalamet, Kylie Jenner, Machine Gun Kelly, and Ben Stiller. Tough to say.
Yeah.
They got two player chairs. LeBron's chair that he sat in
Okay, now we're talking.
on the bench. How much?
The one that the security officer would literally put his weight behind, so when LeBron sat on it, that one. LeBron wouldn't fold back.
Okay, yeah.
Like he would sit on it
it's
so his
gotta be
weight wouldn't
a couple
tumble.
thousand, I assume.
Auction now? Why is it being sold now? I guess just
Apparently
throwing
they
it
had
in.
these authenticators
These chairs
there.
gotta go.
This has got to be
Gotta
3K.
move the
3K
chairs.
for LeBron's
1905.
chair.
Okay.
Good deal there. And then Luka Doncic. He didn't play. He got a chair though. There's a Luka Doncic chair there.
This is fascinating.
Why is there a Luka Doncic chair there?
That's weird.
Okay, 1,500
$950.
Free.
Yeah.
for basically. Wow.
So my recommendation would be the Chalamet chair.
I think that's a good deal.
206, and nobody's gonna know. You could say it's the Taylor Swift chair. They look identical. It's just the Cavs C on there,
Yeah, that's true. They are.
but you don't have the
sophisticated.
paperwork.
That's right. That's right. All right, good stuff. Wow, I did not think we were going to do a deep dive on chairs there. I love it. Whoa, of the night, sponsored by Bram Lou. This whoa boy has a bit of a somber tone, but hear me out. One of Bram's friends, Ryan Pedley, passed away recently. Bram writes, Ryan would listen to my sports shit despite not caring at all. He was genuinely the best of us. So rest in peace to Ryan. Bram added, let this be the moment to reach out to your loved ones, not just those in need. Be the one to check in on others and tell them that they're loved. And finally, during this week, I've honestly been able to turn off my brain watching this show, watching No Dunks, tuning into the NBA and thinking of your guys' takes. I really want you guys to recognize the reach of your platform and how much it means to all of us. So our condolences to you, Bram, and rest in peace to your buddy Ryan there. Sounds like an awesome guy. But the whoa boy, it goes to Wemby. No doubt. What a game. I'm not even sure we talked about this guy enough. Did we? I hope we did. 32 points. Tied with Jalen Brunson for the lead in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Shot 11 of 18, 8 of 9 at the line. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Only 1 turnover, too, in close to 40 minutes. So, man, that's how you answer missing the game-winning jumper in Game 2. You come out from the jump, dunking and laying everything in and blocking shots, and the team followed him.
Yeah.
And suddenly we got an interesting Game 4 on Wednesday night.
Big
I
guys.
love we only have one night in between these two.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Big guys dominating the Woe Boys so far. 2 for Towns, 1 for Wemby.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah. No Brunson.
To the Woe Boy goes the wins.
I'm calling a wacky whoa boy for Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yep. triple dub.
Excellent.
Like somebody just, I don't know who, Spurs player, Knicks player, probably a guy catching fire from 3 to be enough for a whoa boy. I'm calling my shot here. I know it's pretty vague. I'm not calling a particular player, but I'm just thinking it's going to be a weird one. Okay.
It could be. Okay.
Okay. But we'll break it all down tomorrow as we'll go over potential adjustments and what else from game 4 or hyping up game 4 tomorrow night. But otherwise, we'll call it there. I know we started a little bit later. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. And everybody go get your bids in on all those Cavaliers chairs.
Please don't bid me up on the Machine Gun Kelly one. I'm sinking everything I've got into this.
You're gonna try and flip it, are you?
Oh yeah. You'll see it on eBay as Taylor Swift's chair.
This guy's just gonna lie about it. Let's buy all those chairs and just say they're Taylor Swift chairs.
As is.
Done.
No papers. Trust me.
I was thinking not long ago though, we're probably due for some new chairs here at the Classic Factory. I don't know about you guys. I feel like my seat's going a little bit. My cushion feels weak. We sat in these for a long time.
That's true.
So we could look into those. They do have a nice cushion on them. Can't swivel in them, but
yeah, there might be a reason why I moan and groan like an hour after the show. I literally get up and realize,
man.
my butt is sore.
Okay. Just saying. We're gonna look into getting those couch chairs. All right, until tomorrow, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, I hope you all have a great day. Just taking off my head. Everything's tight. Now you got me thinking about my bod. How am I feeling?
Butt's tight.
How's the butt?
Head's tight.
No, actually, Joshua
under your
Fletch
eyes.
on the stream team said Tass's head is so tight I have a headache. What are you talking about? This is a 7 1/4, perfect fit. It's meshy.
It looks
It's
tight.
been around for long. I wore it for spring training.
The Dunedin guy?
See, it doesn't look tight at all when you have it on forwards.
Yeah. Anyway,
Backwards, it looks a little tight.
new chairs, new hats, new era.
Brace the day, people.